Check. Let's see if everything works. Can you guys hear me? Okay, let's wait for a bit. You should receive sound from this guy. So if you want to comment in the chat. Yep, Nathan. Hello. I'm gonna give it a minute. I already collected some question actually on Instagram. I have about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 question here, and I kind of wanted to answer something that was asked with Michael Sugar as well. But it was more a cinematography kind of question, so I kind of figured I could answer it here. So hey everybody, thanks for joining me. It's the very first time actually that I do a live with the Pocket 6K and 18 to 35. I should be in focus. I think I only have a 1080 signal, but I'm recording everything in 4K. So this video is going to be up on the channel later on. Let me see. Let's give it a couple of minutes to see if everyone is connected, and you can start dropping your question if you want in the chat. And I think what I can do, there is echo. We hear you from 2 devices. Hold on. Let's see. Audio should be good. Echo cancellation is active. Can you guys still hear the... Oh, he doesn't have any echo. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I was going crazy. Okay, so yeah, if you drop the comments there with the question and everything, what I can do is, for example, Dan here, I can do show. So you're going to see the question right on the screen. And I'm going to answer that question. I figure it would be kind of cool to do it on a very first time. So, like, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, let's start from here. Then I'm going to move to the Instagram question probably. If there's any problem at any time in the live, just let me know and I'll check it out. Okay, hello everybody. Hello. Thanks for joining me on a Wednesday afternoon here in Florida. But I have a Oregon cap. Mug, actually, not cap. Okay, looks solid. Thank you, Florian. Hello from Italy. Hello. How is life in Florida compared to California? I think Florida was a very good. I would say that's probably a good question. I would say Florida. It's probably at this point everybody knows on the planet that we were pretty lucky in terms of restriction, so it was good, and the economy is going pretty strong in Florida. So a lot of people came here for shooting, and we had some really big sports event and stuff like that. So it was pretty good. It's less crowded, but it's becoming more crowded because everybody now from California and New York are moving here. So it's more chill. Used to be more chill lifestyle, but now it's getting crazy. It's getting super expensive. Our rent, they just sent us the invitation letter, and it's going up about 40%. Good thing we're moving to Portugal. Yeah, it's getting kind of California in terms of prices and cost of living. But yeah, I like it here. Hi, Noah. Hi from Sarasota. Here we go. Hi, guys. No echo. Audio okay here. Sounds good. Audio fine. How are you recording the audio? This is the Rode Lav going to the Pocket. So this is basically what I'm recording interviews on the Pocket 6K usually. And what I'm using is a Camlink 4K, which is a kind of USB key with the HDMI in the back. and I just run a cable from the pocket right here, and I use this service called StreamYard to stream and manage everything, and it's looking pretty solid, to be honest with you. Pretty good. Okay, 50 people, 51 people, we can start probably. Let's answer some other question. Did you find Florida to be a good hub as an independent cinematographer? I think I'll show you this. I think it was cool originally, like very low cost of living. Tampa, you can fly pretty much anywhere in US, so I think it was pretty cool. There's some job in Miami, some in Orlando. Tampa is growing a lot, so there's a big studio here, the 360 LED thing. So it's going pretty. I think it's a pretty cool spot to be in. But I mean, of course, it's harder to find models. It's harder to find crew. Everything is more expensive, even crew-wise. The good thing is clients just pay whatever you ask them. So my rate kind of double when I moved to Florida compared to LA. So that's a good thing. You know, again, it's hard to find crew because it's not LA, it's not I don't know, London, it's not Miami, it's not Paris. So it's a small town still, and it's a state that I think it's growing and it's gonna get there. But it's cool. It's cool. You can fly anywhere. Many people live here and work from here. So I think it's a really good spot to be in. I like it better than LA. I'm just turning the AC on because it's hot in here. Yeah, it's not a film city. That's what people have to understand. But if you're into corporate interview, documentary, a lot of outdoor stuff, that's the thing, is the place to be for sure. I mean, it's pretty cool. And I think there's going to be more and more work coming into Florida, especially Tampa, I think. So it's a cool spot, I think. Yeah, I can fly kind of anywhere. It's not a big deal. Hello from Miami, Diana. Hey, do you make shot list? Kind of. Usually the director, though, does the shot list. He shares it with me, and then we go through it. I never done any storyboard or any specific shot list because how I see it is once I walk into, I should put this question up. The pretty crazy thing with me doing this work is that there's so many people planning everything, and I'm having a hard time planning stuff. Like if I walk into a room with a camera, I need to turn the camera on, because till I don't turn the camera on, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. So I like improvisation. I mean, I still like planning, and I know, do location scouting and stuff like that. But I'm more for like turn on the camera, even the angles. I can't really sketch an angle on the paper before shooting because I might just move the camera, and I use a lot of natural light. So it really depends where the sun is gonna be, the angle and everything. Maybe there's a cool shadow on the floor, I'll film that. So no, I don't do. I do a basic shot list. Like, okay, I need a shot of these, and these. Very general. Like the surfer thing, the surf Tudor spec had. It was like, okay, we need a shot of him giving the watch. That's, just the main thing. And then kind of improvise and go around it. It's kind of cool. That's my approach, though, Even the feature film we shot in Minneapolis, it was pretty much like, okay, what's the shot? Let's do it. I couldn't really plan anything or anything. I'm more for like, turn the camera on, just pointing whatever you want, and it's gonna. That's how I am, my style. Some people do all the 3D thing and stuff like that. I can't do that. What are you streaming with? What's the name? This thing, StreamYard. StreamYard, the little duck icon. Okay. Let's see this. Then another question. I picked up the battery last day, tested the fuel project. Love them. Thanks for making it so far. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I use them all the time. I show you guys my color grading process. It's pretty straight. Pretty sure some people are like, what the hell is he doing? Like, but that's how we do it. Exactly like we shot list and storyboard. I walk in a room. I have to be in a room to be able to tell what I'm gonna do. I get a little planning. I get it, but I can't plan too much. Andrea, good morning. Good morning, yes. Good evening in Italian. Is it, okay, let's read this. Is it hard for an Italian filmmaker to move to America and start from scratch? Yes, because the main barrier here, I think there are two barriers. One is the visa, so immigration thing. Second, it's super expensive here. So here you have to make money. And that's why I moved to America with a full-time job, because the first time I couldn't afford to live in California and try to be a freelance. It's extremely, extremely difficult. And the immigration thing, you have to prove your special skill and you're essential. You need magazine articles. You need so much stuff. It's kind of crazy, the amount of stuff they want, and plus with the COVID thing, they're not really giving interview. But this is why also we're moving. We got kind of annoyed with this whole immigration policy stuff. It's getting extremely hard. So it's hard, especially if you want to start from scratch. Again, I worked full time for 3 years in different agency. The one that hired me the first time, they laid me off, like all the company, after only 8 months. So I took my car, find another job. I found it in Salt Lake. So I drove to Salt Lake, found a full-time job there. I stayed there for a year. Then I moved back to Temecula. I worked there for another year, got laid off again. It's cool because you have a salary, but you're doing mainly crappy stuff. I mean, you make some good stuff too, but vast majority is pretty crappy. So yeah, it's hard. Is impossible? No, but it's pretty damn hard. So that's it. Okay, Valerio. How long you think the competition holds up? I'm not sure. What competition? For what? For what? You can ask me that again. Hello from Lincoln. Peter, hello. Wow, 80 people. Check that out. Oh, and thank you guys. We're 50,000 subscribers on the channel. That's awesome. Hopefully gonna do some pretty cool stuff. I have some really cool stuff lined up. For all the members, there's already a video online. Is the 2 years with my Leica R set. Worth the investment. That's how it's called. And it's a pretty cool video. It's going to be out on the channel next Monday, I think. I'm going to talk about this guy too. 15 millimeter Leica R, which is pretty unbelievable for what I'm testing. It's a kind of pain for filters, I guess. Wait. Because it kind of has a screw. Maybe you can screw something on. I don't know. I have to, because the Ursa is the internal ND, so I'm not really using anything else external. But okay, let's go ahead. Best tip for starting a solo operator film production company. Connection. And doesn't mean, and I don't mean connection in the film industry. You need just to know a lot of people, like restaurant owner, plumbers, electrician, gardener, whatever, and then try to sell them your video, your skill. You definitely need to know a lot of people. I think that's the main thing, like everything probably in this work. If you want to find your own client, of course, if you want to do DP, that's a different story. You need advertising agency. You need a Russian company that know you and they want to work with you. A lot of competition, extremely hard to get in now. It's like, it's pretty hard. I mean, I've been doing this since 10 years and I'm having a hard time too. Like, you work for 3 months and then 1 month you're off and then another month. It's hard, but building a community is also important, like an audience. And I'm getting a lot of referral now from YouTube, from people that follow me through YouTube or for the battery loss. So that's put your name out there. I think that's the main thing. Max. Okay. Max Dranger. I'm going to shoot a short film on the Pocket 6K. Is there anything I need to be worried about? Oof. Everything. No, I'm just kidding. Timing. I think as long as you have a plan and you respect the timing, you'll be fine. But give yourself like 2-3 hours to set up everything. Take your time and then go and do stuff, because it's that's what usually we miss. We show up on set, 45 minutes we have to start, and it's a problem. You need to have time to set up a shot. That's the main thing. Give yourself time. Maybe the call time is at 8. You show up at 6, 5, and you get familiar with the environment, with everything, and you do some tests. You do whatever you can, and you'll be fine, I think. In terms of technical stuff, probably not. I think you'll be fine. Thomas, hey Matteo, hope as well. Yes, thank you, Thomas. How are you finding 50 mil? Let me see if I can do something for you guys, because I have the 15 mil right here. Got it from Mark. It's modded again. Always Duclos. I think it's Duclos modding. It's pretty heavy and it's pretty big. I was expecting like a small, tiny lens, and this thing came out and it's pretty heavy. I think this thing is definitely more than a Pocket 6K in terms of weight, but it is pretty cool, man. Yes, some filters in there like orange and green and yellow, which I think it's for probably black and white stuff, but I need to test it out. I'm actually doing a test, but the weather was pretty crappy this week. So from tomorrow it's going to be sunny again, and I'm going to be out doing sunrise, sunset, and a bunch of different stuff. But I already shot some stuff, and I kind of want to try to see if I can share the screen with you guys and I'll let you see some footage from the 15 mil. Let me see if I can do that. Share screen. Share screen is easiest with 2 monitors. I'm trying to show you guys some footage so you can see the 50 millimeter before I release the video. But I have to activate. Oh, okay, I can't do that. Quit and reopen later. Okay, it's gonna be tough. It's not gonna let me do that. But because he said that I have to refresh, restart Chrome, and I'm gonna lose the live. So I'm not sure I can do that, but it's pretty awesome. Thinking how to show you guys some frames. He has a super close focus, like we're talking about 16 centimeter, like this much, so I can focus on my fingers, like I'll show you, like right here. So that's crazy. On the Earth is super wide. I like it. It's on the Pocket is, what is it? 1.56 by 15. It's a 23 millimeters, which is great. It's 3.5, so it's not as fast as the Leica 19. But so far, I said it on my Instagram. I want to shoot a movie with this lens because it's pretty unbelievable. Damn it! I wanted to show you the Da Vinci thing, but I don't know how to do that. Maybe share screen. Let's try again. Oh, maybe I can do it. Let's see. Let's try. Follow. Huh. Guess it doesn't work. Oh, sorry guys. One more time. I wish it was Zoom. Zoom is much better. But anyway, it's a great lens. I'm gonna upload a video, probably not next week, the one after. Sharp. I love it. I'm pissed now that I can't show you because I had a bunch of stuff. What watch do you have today? Thomas. I'm glad there's some watch enthusiasts here. This is a Russian $80 automatic watch from Mother Russia, made from the Soviet Union for the Red Army, and it's awesome, super cool. $80 on eBay, new. Okay, Portugal sounds great. I'd love to visit someday. Yes, come over. You have a Leica? Yeah, I have the Leica R 50 millimeter. Here we go. And I'm waiting for the 60 millimeters. It's getting clean, but I'm getting it. So, well, what happened is, I always like to be honest. So, what happened is after I released that video with my Leica, like 2 years ago, or a year ago, I think Mark got buried with emails and he sold a bunch of set. The set I refer them, so he gave me a credit, and with that credit, I got the 28, the 15, and the 60. So it was a pretty good credit, but those sets are pretty expensive. So yeah, he sent it to me. I got them for free. I didn't pay for them. How do you manage time code with the Pocket 6K Pro? Time code is usually done by the sound guy. I think he used the Tentacle. So you plug them in, and I think that's how it works. So Tentacles. I actually met those guys. They're from Germany. They're super cool dudes. Okay. Nicolo, Matteo, thank you for doing this Q&A. What made you pick Portugal for your next adventure? There's a bunch of reasons. First one, cost of living, which is extremely low in Portugal. I know Lisbon is going up now, but compared to America, it's pretty low. But even compared to Italy, I think it's pretty low. Then really good weather. A lot of people are moving there, so I'm assuming there's going to be a huge community or a lot of people working there. So I think that's pretty cool. Taxation is really good for online business and even for money made in Portugal. What else? Only if you never reside in Portugal. So it's a weird regime that they're giving me, but it's going to work pretty well. I think it's super low taxes for like 10 years or so. So these are some of the reasons. And also, I kind of picked the place not based really on work, because having a YouTube channel, the battery lots, I develop a community that pretty much everywhere I go, I meet great people all the time, everywhere I travel. So, as long as it's not like Cambodia or, country I'm not familiar with or I can't live there, I think like a big city like Lisbon, Paris, London would have worked fine too. I'm giving a lot of trust into the network that I developed. So I'm gonna meet some filmmakers. I already planned meeting with a bunch of people. I think 15 or 30 people emailed me from Portugal, Lisbon, and Porto. So I'm gonna meet, a bunch of people. So it's gonna be nice. But yeah, main reason: low cost of living, really good taxation, great weather, good food. And I'm gonna be only 2 hours flight from Milan, from home. So I'm glad, honestly, after 6 years in US to come back in Europe. And the hope is, maybe I can find works in Germany, London, Norway, Milan, and I can just fly kind of everywhere in Europe. That's the plan. But those are the main reason. And we need culture. We are having how you call it? We miss culture a lot here in Florida, here in US. So we're having a hard time, especially in Florida, because there's only the beach here. It's cool, but there's only the beach. So we need to go back to some sort of culture. Okay. When do you think you'll be able to use an Arri Alexa or buy one? I used Arri Alexa many times. I don't need one. Why should I buy one? I have a beautiful, where is it? Ursa Mini Pro 12K, which for some aspect I think is even better than an Arri Alexa. I use an Arri. I could buy an Arri now if I wanted, like a pre-owned, what's the name, Amira or Classic, but I don't need one. I'd rather spend more money in lenses. That's for sure. Okay, hey bro, love your work. Thank you. I noticed you are okay. I noticed you are a watch guy. Love BB58 spec. Did you get any watch client? The reality is that I didn't advertise that spec yet a lot, so I need to do a better job now. But I was so busy with a bunch of other stuff. Now I have to share that spec out with a bunch of other small brand, micro brand, and see what they think. But that's the plan. That's the plan. I like watches, so my idea is I try to move work into watches more than anything else. Wine, food, and watches that would be ideal for me. So hopefully, I'm gonna find more clients. Okay, let's see here. Man, there's a lot of questions. I was like, it's gonna be 3 people connected, but I'm glad you guys joined it. Hold on. I'm an automotive freelance videographer in San Francisco, shooting A7S3, shooting car commercial. Well, I think you're already an automotive freelance videographer, so that makes you you have a very specific role. So you do cars. The tip is keep going like that, because like you have to specialize in something. That's what they say. So keep doing cars. I have a friend in Italy that does the same thing. The guy that directed actually Mercedes, and he works, I think, every day. Every day is with a Lamborghini, with a Ferrari, with a Mercedes. So now it's been called all over Italy, all over Europe to film cars. You gave yourself kind of the answer. You already described yourself automotive freelance videographer. So you're specializing in cars. Keep going with cars, man. That's awesome. Cars are awesome to film. It's incredibly hard, but probably with the A7S3 and a gimbal, it'll be pretty dope. It's the biggest coffee I ever had. Oh, okay. Miami started to be a place for more creative to work together as well. A lot of film festival. Yes, yeah, I agree. There's a lot of stuff going on in Miami. Not a fan of the city, too crowded for me, but definitely a lot of stuff. Shot a couple of projects there. Thomas, is there a rental house you use in Tampa for local projects? Yes, there's a big warehouse with a bunch of like grip gear stuff, and this local guy too that have studio and stuff. The one I use with Giselle, I shot a video with Giselle, is Lightwave Media, Christian, which is great. He has a massive studio, Arri Alexa, Canon, Sky Panel, Cook lenses, anamorphic, Atlas, everything. So I usually go with him. It's pretty dope. What makes you move to Portugal? I already answered. Low cost of living, food, culture, taxation. You know, I don't like to say, "Oh, I'm going to Portugal because I'm paying 80% taxes." No, if I was going to pay 80% taxes, I would have moved to Italy probably. Portugal is giving me a very good regime for online work. So stock footage, Google, YouTube, lots. Everything you make online in Portugal for 10 years is tax-free. So that's also a reason I want to be honest, of course, because it's not only going for food and everything. It's a very good environment. Plus, taxes are really good. So that's the reason. Okay. Do you think that okay, I have to adjust the focus, I think, because I'm in focus here. That's fine. Let me see here. Because I'm doing manual focus, guys, so, you know. Nope. Other way around. The beauty of the manual focus. There you go. Okay. Do you think that the Ursa 12K is a good replacement for our Arri Alexa Classic? I think it's not a replacement. I think it's just a better option. You have a brand new camera that shoots 12K, 75p, 8K 120p, 4K, 12K, K4K, no crop, internal ND, shoots B-RAW. I think it's a much better alternative. It's lighter. I'll take it. Hold on. Because I think, like, this is literally my rig. And yeah, I mean, it's not the Pocket, but it's not an Alexa. I don't know if you guys ever use an Alexa, especially a classic. I can't hold an Alexa like this. It's a massive piece of metal. This one, you know, I don't even put a monitor on because I use this one for settings. And then I look into the viewfinder. So 2 rods, follow focus right here. Battery. That's it. You're ready to shoot. So I think it's a way better camera than Alexa Classic. In terms of like usability and everything, not just image quality, which is insane. It's the closest thing I've ever seen to an Arri. But I don't know. I use the Classic on the tripod, and I try to use it on the shoulder. I think after 10 minutes, you're done. You need you need an AC. You need someone. Even with an easy rig, it's gonna destroy your back. I shot in the woods with the camera. I shot everywhere. Woo! It's heavy, man. It's heavy. Get an Ursa for sure. Do you have a feature film in the works? There is something I'm just talking about on Instagram. I don't know anything about it. In Europe next summer, just talks, not confirmed, nothing. I can't say anything. I really hope I'm gonna be able to shoot this because it's. I saw the trailer. Kind of chatted with the director. I saw his stuff. It's pretty dope. So hopefully, that's my goal. My goal is making some commercial if they're cool, and then mainly feature films and YouTube, online stuff like that, courses, stock footage, little bit of that to get some cash, and then try to just focus on feature film. But it's hard to get into the right circle. Let me see. This is not the first time I hear that from a DP. I assume the camera thing. Yeah, it's hard with the live to follow the answer because I'm a little bit behind the question, but I'm kind of shit. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to go. Let's see. Do you think we look back at this time and see the overuse of full frame looks? I feel like everything lately is a large format look. To be honest, I think I don't have any. I mean, I never shot full frame. My Leica, I think they look much better on an S35. I think full frame is just another tool. I don't think it's the standard. Even Ari is working on an S35 Alexa. I don't know. I think cinema was also about S35. So it's a cool tool to have. Maybe you're shooting something that needs the full frame look. You can pick that up. But, you know, it's just another weapon in our arsenal, I think. I don't think it's going to replace the S35. I doubt it. Especially because a lot of vintage lenses they made for S35. So I don't know. I'm not a fan. I don't care about full frame. Even though I'm going to introduce this guy right here. This is basically my only piece of gear that I bought this year because I didn't buy anything because these 2 lenses, they sent it to me. So I bought this guy. Leica Q2 full frame with the Samilux 28mm 1.7. I'm shooting a bunch of photos, and I think these, because it costs a lot of money, you know, it's like $500, $600. And everybody, I was reading blogs and stuff, and everybody was like, when you have a Leica, it's not that you're a better photographer, but you kind of take better photos. And that was interesting. And then I started shooting yesterday, so it's only 2 days. Today I woke up at 7. I went down, I took a bunch of photos of the sunrise. And from these 2 days, in my opinion, this is the Arri Alexa of photography. Literally, it kind of like, you know, with the Alexas, like everything you shoot looks cool. Kind of with the Ursa too. With the Ursa Mini as well. This is the same thing. You take a photo with this, and it looks dope. So more to come. But so far, I'm loving this. This is full frame. and I like it. I mean, I like the full frame look on that camera, but it's also everything is always blur, and I'm not a big fan. I kind of want to see more content. So I think S35 is gonna stay for a while. Okay, what do you use? PC. I use a MacBook Pro M1 Max 16 inches, the new one that I'm using right now, right here. You can see it. Spectacular computer. I can play back 12K footage in an 8K timeline, no issue. Unbelievable. Okay. Oh, this is kind of already answered. Moving back to Europe, yeah, we like to focus more on commercial film. My hope is to just do feature films. That's all I want to do. Only feature films. And in case there's people out there that have a movie, and for a feature film, the thing is, I'll do it for nothing because it's passion. So if you have a feature film, you have a cool script, reach out to me, send me an email, drop a comment, whatever. Send me an email, text message. I'll shoot it. Not for free, but you never know. If I can pick, film. Even though I like a small independent movie, I don't like the idea of being away or on set for 3 months. Not a big fan. But for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3-4 times a year, I'll do it. I love that. Okay. Have you ever used... Oh, well. Hold on. The original Blackmagic Pocket, yes, man. That's where everything started. Google Cinematic London, and you see one of my first videos shot on that camera. Insane camera. Okay. Valerio, for a personal project, you prefer high expensive camera lens or high expensive? See, it's like, I don't think it's about how much a camera costs. It's about what you're doing. Like, for a lot of stuff, I would pick an Ursa instead of an Alexa. Probably for everything now, because I never rented an Alexa anymore. I don't need it. That's what I said before. I can buy one. I can buy one today, and I should probably, as many people think. But I don't need it, and it's also very important that we understand when we need something. Okay, like, do I need an Alexa? No. I have a Pocket. I have an Ursa 12K, and I have a B-Cam, which is a 6K, which is fantastic. So I don't think I'm gonna ever need an Alexa. If the client wants an Alexa, I'm gonna rent it. But that's about it, you know. It's not about how expensive is a camera. It's about if the camera is designed for that specific project you're doing. You do location scouting? I think Recha means location scouting. Yes, I do. That's very important. And that's very different from doing Lightroom and how you call it, sketches and stuff. Location scouting, absolutely, because for me, location is #1 thing. So that's something I usually do. Okay. Plans in Portugal, Sergio Carmona. Definitely want to do a bunch of spec. Hopefully going to find some director to collaborate with, do some short films, trying to get into the community there. I need to learn Portuguese for sure. I want to do a lot of fashion film. I want to do a lot of watch stuff, like more fashion-oriented watch stuff with models and stuff. But see, in Florida, I can't even find a model. There's no models. The only models you find here is like those fake ass, fake boobs that twerk on a car, that kind of stuff. You don't really find actress or anything. It's mainly like just twerking and crap like that. So that's Florida for you. Okay, I think foreign cinematographer look at locations in North America with fresh eyes compared to the people here. Yeah, because we always see that in the movie. And same thing for Americans probably in Europe. Like now that I go back to Europe, every time I'm like, whoa, look at this, look at that. I take my camera and I film everything. And, you know, when you're there, you just go out, you get a croissant, and you're like, oh, look at this beautiful road with all this beautiful thing from the 200 before Christ. I'm like, oh, beautiful. We give it for granted, Doesn't matter where we live. When I come to America, I'm like, oh shit, that's like those movies. So, yeah, I agree. Everybody looks things differently. That's why I try to move around a lot too, just to get more inspiration. Cause I get a lot of inspiration from location, environment, stuff like that. And if I don't travel, I get depressed, I get bored, and I lack inspiration. Just the fact that if I think now that I have to move all this gear, all this stuff to Europe, give me a lot of motivation. Just kidding. But what's up from the Bronx? Hello. Greetings. Hello, Vienna. Beautiful Vienna. One of my favorite cities in Europe. So beautiful. Toronto, Canada. Never been. Wanted to go, but Canada's been pretty strict. Damn it. Those Canadians. I really wanted to visit Toronto, but I really couldn't. Okay. That's the interesting question. Oop. Do you find YouTube worthwhile competitive income against traditional video gigs like commercial and short films? It helps. Like everything. It helps. And it's a lot of work though. People, you realize because you're filmmakers and it's a filmmaking channel. But when I see even some other stuff where a pretty big level of production, I'm like, and people have this content for free. I'm like, even just doing that 2 years review of the Leica set, it took me like a week because I have to sit in front of the camera, talk for 45 minutes, trim it down to 8 minutes, plug in like 5 drives, bringing footage in, adding B-roll. It's a process. It is a process. So it's definitely a lot of work. But again, I don't think in 2021 we can survive with only making video. I'm sure plenty of people do, but you need to look at like digital products, YouTube, stock footage, online courses, and you have to differentiate, because what if another COVID comes? I would be broke if I didn't have YouTube, lots, stock footage, Amazon affiliate, and that kind of stuff. I would be completely broke. So I think we need, as a filmmaker, differentiate income, so we can, because there are slow period, there are slow time, and the cost of living is going up. And if for 3 months I'm out of work, how am I gonna pay the $2,000 a month rent in Florida? Portugal is gonna be much less, thankfully. But we need to differentiate, and everything helps, and it then comes together, and it creates a good income. So yeah, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. It's a lot of, okay. I want to add something. It's a lot of pressure too, because now YouTube, if you don't upload a video every week, you check the analytics, and it says, what does it say? Does it say? He says, oh, you didn't upload this week, so your views went down. And you're like, oh, shit. It's not that I care about views. I care about growing. And they want you to upload constantly. So I'm like, oh, shit, what am I going to do next week? So I'm trying to find, a balance, but it's worth it. It's a lot of work, though. It's a lot of work, especially if you want to do something, this is a very high quality, I think, live. I have an Aperture 300D Mark II right here, bouncing on a ceiling. I have a Pocket 6K set up. I have everything, It's like when you do a job. Miggy. Oh, Miggy, number 1, how are you? This guy shot a lot of my behind the scene. He's amazing. And you asked me this actually on a set. Can you touch on the temptation to overlight? I love how simple your lighting sets apart compared to most. Yeah, I think. Hold on, I need some water. As I'm talking since 45 minutes. Holy crap! Thanks for sticking around, guys. I think it's about style. Probably my style is not over lighting. I usually use one light. If I use a light, I use one light, or maybe I adjust the light with like diffuser, silk, flags, that kind of stuff. Of course, if you have a big job, maybe you're under pressure, maybe whatever, maybe there's a client there and it's like, oh, she spent so much money. You want to show me you're using all the lights you have in the one-ton grip truck. There's a bunch of reasons why, but I think it's mainly a style. I'm for simple is better, and this is also the reason why I got the Leica. It's stupid simple. There's like 3 buttons here, and I can't even do the aspect ratio. It's just, and it costs $6,000. But what can I do? It's like I like simple stuff. So that is just my style. I think you should start with everything off, and then, because sometimes we put a light here. You saw on the barber video, by the way, Miggy. We put this one here, and then it doesn't look good. So what do you do? And this is an advice that I give to everybody: turn everything off. Like literally, you start from here, and maybe you can even say, let's use the computer as a key light. Man, I kind of like it, Now it's kind of moody, it's pretty dope. I mean, what can I say? It's kind of cool, right? And then from there, you build your stock. Because sometimes maybe I will put, maybe let's put a sky panel here or a kinoflow there and an aperture right here. And instead, you just turn on one light. I'm gonna go down with this one, and you're done. So, yeah, I think it's about, I don't know. I like it. I like to keep stuff simple and not overdoing. Thank you. Tips for buying vintage lenses: good condition and reputable seller. This is a point that I made in the video that I just that I'm gonna upload next Monday about my 2 years investment. Buy from a reputable dealer, someone you trust, someone that if there is a problem is not gonna let you down. Like for example, my 90 millimeter, I talked about this in the video, but the aperture was creeping, so it was closing itself. He made it send me to Duclos. He took care. He gave me great customer service. Talking about Mark from my Leica. So tips: buy good condition. Doesn't matter the price. If they're good condition, good. I mean for Leica, because they're going up. So reputable dealer, good condition. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And test them, because some people buy them, they send it to modding. No, inspect them, test them. Take your friend, your wife, shoot a bunch of stuff and see if they look good. Okay. Paul, what's the amount or set of budget lenses you would invest for longevity and possibly renting out? Cine lenses or regular photo lenses? I think the Leica R, man, it's a good investment. And I think they are the only one with probably the K35 that are going up in price. But I don't think there's many lenses that you buy them and they go up. Well, when you buy them used, they usually don't go down. But I mean, my set, I bought it for $7,800, $7,800. Mark just sold the same set for 16 grand. Now, I talk about this in this video, so I'm giving you some anticipation. Do I think they're too expensive now? I don't, because I think we're gonna look back in 10 years, 5 years, and saying, holy shit, you remember when those lenses cost 15K? Now they cost 30K. I should have bought them. It's kind of like Tesla stock or, many watches is like that. You look at the price now and it seems high, but the reality is that those lenses are comparable to Cook S4, to the Primo, the Panavision Primo is pretty much the same glass. So what happened is like 15 grand, okay? Let's see how much it is. $15,000 divided by 4 lenses is not even $4,000 per lens. Modded, everything ready to go. When you think about a set of could cost $100,000, they were probably undervalued before. Now they're getting to the attention they deserve. I got them EF because I think EF is, it's probably going to stick around for a while. There's always going to be adapter. I think EF is good. I wish I could have PL, but those are very expensive. Maybe one day I can rehouse my Leica. It's $4,000, $5,000 each. I can put them in a cinema body, but I don't know. I don't have $30,000 to spend right now in rehousing. All right. What are the best camera stabilizer for movement? I don't use them. I don't use any gimbal. Sometimes I have a Steadicam operator, so I don't know. I absolutely out of the gimbal game. There's many other people probably have a best experience than me. I just don't use gimbals. Okay, Michael. I don't have a question. I want to say thank you for sharing your experience and knowledge. Started following 2 years ago. You've helped me, taking me my hobby. Awesome, man, Michael. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's the goal, right? Sometimes I feel uninspired too, and I need people that inspire me. That conversation that I had with Michael Sugar was very inspiring. I kind of think at this point I should make my own movie. This is something that I've been thinking for a while. So I'm glad, I'm happy to, and I get so excited when I get like new lenses, right? When I get a new lens, my wife, she's like, no, another lens, because now it's gonna make me go out, walk back and forward, and film me this close, and because this is a 15, and I get very close, I get like right here. So she's like, damn it, now I have to do another camera test. But I get so excited, and those camera tests, they're stupid video, it's just me and my wife playing around. But what we shot with this 50mm, like random stuff, it just helped me to stay in the mood. I want to show you some frames that I have here. I paused them, but so I'm not saying that, I don't know if it's gonna, I'm not saying anything. It's just my opinion, like being out and these are all the 15mm and shoot even stupid stuff, it's just, it's inspiring. Even just for posting them on, I want to show you this one. Even just posting them on the gram, or YouTube and show you guys what this lens can do, because this lens is not a $10,000 lens, but it looks fantastic. It's just, it's awesome. Wait, maybe if I can share, hold on, maybe I can show you something. Ooh, maybe, I can't. Nope. It's a slide, which I don't know what format it is, but yeah. So I'm glad there's people that get, inspired. Worry about your script. Yes, true. Nathan, how do you get such a consistent look? All of your shot and work looks so good from light to color all the time. Thank you. I think it's a style that we develop with the years. First of all, I try to not copy anyone on Instagram and YouTube. Not YouTube, sorry, on Instagram, because I think on Instagram there's a trend of stuff, and I'm not a big fan of following trends. So I try to create something that I like. Like even in photography now that I'm experimenting with this guy right here, and most of the time you see tutorials, they tell you to shoot raw, to lift the shadows, and the image looks like an HDR photo capture with the phone. What I'm doing with this Leica, I'm just shooting pretty much everything underexposed, and it looks fantastic. You can go on Instagram, I posted some stuff, but you have to develop your own thing, I think, I love Terrence Malick. I love it. I love Lubetsky when they do the natural style of things. So that's where, of course, I take inspiration from stuff, but I think it's important to develop your own style. let's say there's a scene of a movie that I want to shoot. I try to shoot it at sunrise. I try to shoot a sunset or blue hour. Like, I know that if I shoot a sunset and I put a 6-stop ND and I open up at f2, it's gonna be dark but silhouetted, super shallow depth of field. Like, I know my gear. That's why I'm not crazy about, there's people on YouTube or internet that change the camera every 6 days. Komodo, Pocket, Ursa, I'm gonna get a Sony. I'm gonna find the camera, and learn that camera. Like with this one, if you put if I'm blind, I can use the Ursa, and I know the aperture of these lenses. I know the ND. I know the ISO that I should use. Of course, you have to shoot and shoot and shoot. That's why I do a lot of test video, because for me they're super important. Because if I stay here waiting for the next job, it might not happen for 3 months. So every time I have the chance, I have a new lens coming in, I go outside, boom, 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 boom. I shoot. I keep shooting, man. And it's even if it doesn't make any sense, just keep shooting. As long as it looks good. All right. I have a Pocket 6K and I'm looking for a lens that makes a film look. Nikkor AIS. I keep suggesting these lenses to everybody. I hope someone is listening to me, because I talk about them in the next video too. Nikkor AIS. Beautiful. Ralph, no question, just admiration for your work. Thanks for battery last. Awesome. Thanks, Ralph. And these battery last, man, they're creating a community which I'm super excited about. And that's why I'm going to Portugal with confidence too. Because literally everywhere I go in US or in Europe, or I'm shooting something, there's always someone that come up and is like, oh, you're a battery last. I'm like, that's crazy. So I hang out with people, we get beers, we get coffee, we get to talk about filmmaking. So I'm not scared about networking anymore, just because I think that this community between YouTube and battery lads is creating an insane amount of people, and I think I'm gonna meet great people in Portugal too, and in Europe. Okay, but thank you. Paul, thanks for your advice you offer. I watched some of your videos like 10 times. Sometimes even before the shoot. Yeah, and you know what happens sometimes? It's sometimes I'm trying to remember what lens I use for some videos. So I go back on YouTube and I play back one of those videos, those travel films. And that's the reason why I do travel films. They're not just because of YouTube, because of posting something. But then, I'm there with my wife on the couch at night, and we watch it, and we're like, oh, you remember France, you remember Boston, you remember. It's a dope memory. For me, it's like photos in movement. But I know that, and I guess inspired by those too. Sometimes I shoot them, I edit them, and I pause them. And then after a few months or a few years, I watch them, I'm like, oh, what a beautiful trip that was. But yeah, it feels like they get better with time for some reason. How will you compare contacts? I talk about this in my video. I don't know because I never use them. I read though online from multiple people, I don't know if it's true because I don't use them, that where's my water? That they're a bit more magenta, because the Leica are a bit green, which I love. So they're a bit more magenta, and they look a bit more modern. That's only what I read online. I can't answer that. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Are you planning to do a test to the old firmware? I just updated, and I don't think I can downgrade. I literally updated as soon as I saw it. I'm like, what? They're pushing out this new update still. It's amazing. So, but I'm curious to, once the weather gets better, I'm gonna go outside with the 50 mil. I'm gonna check it out. Florian, sidecar with the iPad. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I think I use it with the MacBook sometimes for the scopes in DaVinci. Okay. Oh man. Shoot. So many questions. Holy crap. I'm not realizing how much time. I'm reading question from 40 minutes ago. Holy shoot. How much focus and time do you allow yourself to put on lighting a scene? I'm gonna try to go fast here then. How much focus and time you allow yourself to put on lighting a scene? As much as I can. As much as I can, I'll take it. Sometimes the director like, hey, call time is at 8, we start at 8:30. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna show up at 6:30. So even if I have to show up early, I show up early. That's fine. Okay, I have to go a little bit faster here. I have to catch up. What adapter ring do you use with Leica? My Leica are latex, so they're EF. So I don't have any adapter. I mean, unless you want to call this adapter, they're converted EF. So, okay, man, we have to do more of these, I guess. Matthew, thanks for the stream, Matteo. We do a video comparing iPhone to the Pocket 6K. No, I leave that stuff to, what's the name? The potato, something potato. I think there's a guy called Potato that does those comparisons. But I don't see the point, to be honest. They're completely pointless, in my opinion. I get comparing errors. I mean, they're not pointless because you make tons of views. But I get comparing the Ursa and the Pocket, but an iPhone with the Pocket doesn't really make sense. I don't believe in smartphone. I mean, now a smartphone costs more than a Pocket 4K, so I'm like, just get a Pocket 4K and a vintage cheap lens. Mark, what company does Mark for? He works for. I think his store is called Optical Brilliance, something like that, on eBay. I'm not sure. It's his own thing. What's up, man? Love your last. Thank you. Carlo. I recently completed my Leica R set. 19v1, 35, 50, 90. Ha! Yes, I'm dangerous. I fell in love with 35. 35 is my favorite. Period. I mean, I love them all, but the 35 is just the best. Yeah, 35, especially if you use it with the Pocket. 35 is a 50 at the end. So, but even on the Ursa, 35, you use it for anything really. Red Epic. I found your channel after searching for Red Epic Dragon footage. What do you think about the camera today? They're expensive and they get old pretty fast, but mainly they're super expensive. And I honestly don't think they're worth it. I know there's people out there that try to make sense of themselves, say that the client wanted red. I posted already about this. I'm not a big believer in this. If your client likes you, he hires you. He doesn't hire your camera. If your client hires your camera, that means you're not that good. So if you really want a red, you hire me, and then we rent a red together or an Alexa. But there's much better on the market. And I mean, when I have to say shit about Blackmagic, I say it. Like the Pocket 6K Pro, I was not happy with those ND. But Red, yeah, and I don't like how they act. Their SSD, Chinese SSD, they sell as their American for $3,000. I don't know. It's not a company I'm a fan of, and they're just too expensive in my opinion for what they do. So, Miggy already answered. Florida man. Ciao Michele. Metterai la bandiera del Portogallo quando fai video da lì. Yes, Portugal, baby. Guys, I can't wait. I'm literally counting down the days. But the main reason why I'm also excited is that I can't wait to literally walk outside of my apartment, take my camera, point it everywhere, and it's going to look dope. So expect a lot of test footage and cinematic mode, crap like that. What are the movies? Plof. They really inspire you by their cinematography, the narrative, Italian and Hollywood. Fellini, Antonioni, Tornatore, Sorrentino, if you want to stay in the modern times. Paolo Sorrentino, I think it's phenomenal director with an incredible vision. So if you didn't watch The Hand of God, watch it. I think someone asked me before. Love the movie. It's such a non-Sorrentino movie. It's a completely different from anything else he made, but it's great. I love Terrence Malick, probably one of my favorite. Believe it or not, Interstellar is also one of my favorite movies. So Catch Me If You Can. I mean, there's so many that I'm like, oh boy, there's so many movies. Lubezki, cinematographer. Even though the latest Terrence Malick movie, Hidden Life, was not shot by Lubezki, but by Steadicam operator, which did an incredible job. But I think it didn't get as much credit just because there was no Lubezki written on the movie. Because if you watch it, it seems like Lubezki shot it. So it was probably, maybe, that's Terrence Malick style, though. Amazing. So that's what inspired me pretty much. Terrence Malick, those movie about the nature, about, I kind of like a bunch of stuff. I don't know. But what inspires me, yeah, the simple independent movies. I'm super inspired because it makes me think like, okay, I can take a camera, go out there and make a movie, which I can't because you need actors, but at least I hope so. Ooh, if you could only use one focal length, 35 mil forever. What do you feel about Zcam? Never use them. I never use Zcam. I mean, at that point, just get a Blackmagic. I think spending 10 grand for a Komodo when we let's say 10 grand with accessories, when you can spend 8 grand total with the Ursa 12K, I don't think it makes any sense getting a Komodo, unless you need it on a gimbal or something. But I don't know. I think it's too expensive. Zcam, I don't know. I don't think if they're reliable. Never use them, so I can't talk. Any tips for networking? I think you have to be, if you mean in terms of meeting people in person, I think you need to be in a serious hotspot like LA, New York, maybe Lisbon, maybe Paris. Florida has been a pretty crappy hotspot for networking. There's not much that's going on. I guess Miami is better. You need a big city though. But I don't know. I don't have any tips because I need to get better at networking. So, oh man, this dog. Can you edit over USB? You can edit over USB. I think I replied to something before. Okay, I need to move fast. What are you planning on bringing you to move? And are you planning to bring everything? I'm going to sell everything I have here, and I'm going to only bring the gear. So, pretty easy. Going to up you. I love your work. Woody Paul, thank you. What's my work base? Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Any painter or photographer that inspired my own photographer? Painter, photographers? Not really. I really like impressionism, but also like super realistic kind of stuff. I think they're great. And I do like documentary, yes. It's getting bright out there. Okay. Result 17 color management with white color gamut. Never use it. I don't see the point in using the white color gamut thing. I just stick to my stuff. You tried the new 12K update? No. They fixed some more, which I never had a problem with, so I'm not sure. But I'm gonna test it tomorrow or after tomorrow. I'll test it. Follow me on the community tab on Instagram. I'm gonna post a crap ton of tests from Leica, the Q2, the 50 millimeters, and everything. Good rate for a DP with gear in US, probably between $15 and $2,000 a day. I think pretty good. Using battery lasts. You have to expose to the right to maximize dynamic range. No. Actually, there's a video on my channel about exposure, and I always underexpose. Same with battery. I just underexpose everything. You don't maximize the dynamic range by exposing to the right. You're only bringing up your shadows, so there's less noise. The exposing to the right thing was a film thing, because film, when you were shooting underexposed, it had a lot of noise. So they were overexposing because film was retaining more highlights than digital camera, than shadows. Digital camera retained more shadows than highlights. So I don't think exposing to the right makes any sense. But there's this thing going around on YouTube and the internet. Just so this is my suggested. Awesome. You have this available after? Yes. I'm gonna upload to the channel. Can you show your mic setup on the Pocket 6Ks? It's literally this lab that goes into the road, and their wireless receiver is on the Pocket 6K. I was given a Pocket 4K, 3 LED light, kits, and audio gear. I can't wait to get started. Tons of time. Find good actors. Find like a cool artisan, someone that work wood or iron or stuff like that in your city, or a barbershop or a chef in a restaurant, and just try to go there and ask them if they want a free film, and do it and film them. That's a pretty good kit. How do you scale your business? Good question. I asked still to find the answer. But I think a little bit, like I said before, with differentiating stuff. So I think so, and creating more connection and doing always something better than your previous video. That's always been the case. Giuseppe, I have Leica R set 2 with 6K Pro. What do you think about no stabilization lens and camera a mano libera, which means handle? That's my style, man. I never used any stabilized lens, so this one is super wide, so this is dope, because you can literally walk with the camera in this lens, and it's gonna be very smooth. But just practice, a lot of practice. Okay. I bought it last. Film convert. I don't know. I think you can use battery and then apply some film look, but they have pretty good grain actually. But the problem with film look, they usually screw up skin tones in my case. So it's very hard to get accurate skin tones using those film looks. Hi from Greece, Alexandros. Hello. I'm catching up. Do you have consistent clients? That's the hard thing to me to achieve. I do have some consistent clients, but mainly is, I mean, if I do a good job for a production company, of course they're gonna call me. But there's also so much competition, and people tend to stick with friends. So especially when you move in a new environment, you can be the best DP, but if they already have a DP, which is their friend, they're not going to renounce the friendship. So it's a tricky situation, actually. Like, I met a lot of people, even in California, they were like, Matteo, I love your work. I would hire you tomorrow, but if I do, this guy's not going to be my friend anymore, because I always use him. So what can I say? What can I say? And yeah, this is back to the film look. Yeah, you can use the grain. You can use the grain from Film Supply, from Film Convert. You basically drag the film curve slider all the way down, and in that case, it's going to only show up the grain and not the film look. Matteo, do you only use Leica R? Nope. Yes, sorry. I use only Leica R, because now I have a 15, 19, 28, 35, 50, and 90. I have 6 lenses, so they're not more than 6, 7, I think. 15, 19, 28, 35, 50, 90. The 60 is coming in. So 7 lenses. Need a new case. Fuji Free X3, good idea. I'm not a fan of the log in the Fuji cameras. They screw up something. Like when you shoot in tungsten light, it gets very weird, even with the right white balance. I don't know what they did. I think I don't know. I had it, I tried, I tested, I like some stuff, but I'm not a big fan of the log. Is it worth to upgrade from the Pocket 6K to the Ursa? Depends what kind of work you do. In my opinion, and I speak even in terms of how you say it, like ergonomic, absolutely. Because like with the 6K handle, I can't do this, and now basically I'm only shooting like this with my viewfinder. So if I want to go handle, I'm handle like this, and I have a quick release plate that I attach to the tripod. If I want to go tripod side on the tripod, it's a much better ergonomic and form factor, I think, than the Pocket, which is still great, but form factor. Ursa 12K win, and I think it's an insane camera. I don't know, like I've been saying this since a while now. When you try an Ursa 12K, you go home and you check with a good lens. You go home and check the footage. You're gonna be blown away in the same exact way you're blown away by an Arri Alexa. Same thing. So if you don't believe me, it's okay, but rent one and try, because it's hard to explain. We have a feature film for you. Ooh, look at this. Heavy dialogue camera driven free logline and raising the sun meets native sound. Yeah, I'm down, man. Matteo at matteobertoli.me. If you go on my website, you find my email, matteobertoli.me. Send me an email with a script. I read it. I read it for sure. Okay, Italian question. Ora, now that you're moving to Portugal, do you already have a network? I kind of do, because I already have about 20, 30 people that emailed me and wrote me on Instagram when I posted I was moving there. So because I created this YouTube battery network, I kind of do. I mean, it's not that I'm going to meet a big production company right away, but I already know filmmakers that they might be able to introduce me to. Actually, a guy sent me a contact of one of the biggest production company in Lisbon. So I'm going to definitely reach out to them. But it's mainly based on my YouTube and battery, because battery really is a network. It's unbelievable. And now actually that I'm also doing the online courses. I don't know if you guys read on my community tab. I'm going to do a video announcing about generating an open enrollment, and you can able to get online courses, but they're live. They're going to be exactly like this on Zoom. I'm going to share the screen, so you're going to see Resolve, you're going to see my footage. We're going to talk about tons of stuff. They're going to be in February. It's going to be 4 lessons, 2 hours each. And even this one, I already have 120 people subscribed. So even this is creating a network of people. So battery, the last, the YouTube, the online courses is creating a network of people that when I move, I'm able to, start a relationship as soon as I move. So it's pretty cool. If you want to learn more about the course, is on Podia, matteobertoli.podia.com. You find everything. I'll put it here. Man, I have to catch up here. What are you shooting this right now? Pocket 6K and Sigma 18-35. How do you begin from the concept behind your spec heads? How do you begin? Man, we're going on a 1 hour and 20 minutes of rolling. That Pocket 6K is melting. Now I'm shooting 4K proxy. Okay, what are the essential? No, okay. Here. How do you begin to form the concept behind your spec heads? They're usually pretty vague idea, like, oh yeah, a kid and a dad on the beach with a watch. And then I try to put down a kind of shot list. And then I have to be honest, like, And Terrence Malick is funny because he has this approach. He kind of he apparently shoots a crap ton of footage, and then he makes the video in the editing, the film in the editing. So I'm not like that because I plan way more, but I don't have I just create beautiful visuals that of course make sense with the story, and then I try to be even more creative in the editing. I don't know, it's a process that I like. I'm a fan of shooting the best way possible. Of course, you have to tell the story, but then how you put it together when it happens in the editing, I think it's great. Peace. What are the essential things to own a cinematographer? Think about having your own lights, easy rig, expensive, cinema lenses. Oh, look, I think if you want to stay basic, Pocket 6K, aperture 300D Mark II. I have an easy rig and V-man batteries. What else do I have? And some lenses. Even an 80-35 is good for starting, you know, if you can rent it. But if you mean like big stuff, yeah, Leica R, or what else do I have here? Oh, I have a Make. This could be a good solution actually for people like a. Oh, this thing is heavy. The Make 35mm could be a pretty cool lens. I tested out. It's much better than a Sigma, but the Sigma is super handy. You know, it's like this is actually as heavy. It's probably the same weight. Make does some pretty good stuff. But you don't have to own a lot of stuff, you know, especially because probably most of the time you're gonna rent it anyway. Woo. Yeah, I know. I talk a lot about this stuff, Edwin. What's your thoughts about the 6K Pro? I own it for a week and I returned it because I didn't like the internal ND, but it's a great camera. Have you ever ventured into fashion model side of filmmaking? If so, we'd love to see some work. Yeah, I did a couple of vintage films. You can find them on the channel. I would love to do more, like I said, with the watch stuff and stuff like that. Wait, what? Portugal, Giuliano? Yes, I'm moving to Lisbon, and I think Edwin, because I want to answer this guy. I think a lot of people are new. I think a lot of people here are new because if you think about it, some videos are like years ago, and we just made it to 50,000 subscribers, which is a pretty insane amount of subscribers. So I think a lot of people are new and they probably didn't watch all my videos, but I just wanted to clarify that. Sent you an email in Portuguese. I'm Portuguese because I don't know Portuguese yet, but amazing, man. Thank you. I'll read it. What do you love more, editing or shooting? Any day I don't like editing, but I have to do it. I'm actually probably in Portugal. You know what I was thinking? I should hire an editor in Portugal because I'm done editing my YouTube videos. So I should hire a full-time editor for my YouTube videos and just call it a day. What do you like? Thanks for the funny times you gave us. Thank you, Agostino. Are you available to film marriages? Weddings, I guess. Weddings, I do my friend's one for just a couple of drinks in exchange. And if they call me for a very, very big one where they pay a lot of money, I'll do it, but it's not my thing. A lot of inspiration. Hi from Krakow. Thank you, Cactus Studio. Thank you. Have you used Nikon lenses? Yes, I did, and I have. I don't have footage, but I have frames that I posted that I use in the video that I'm gonna release Monday. For members, it's already available. Yeah, Potato Jet. Yeah, okay. There's a bit delay, but I'm catching up. I think. Sony A7S III. I tried. I like it. It doesn't give me much. And there's a couple of people on my Instagram that text me. I think I'm selling everything, getting a Sony. they did that, and then they're like, what did I do? Because when you work with B-Raw ProRes and then you jump to H.264, it's just such a different story. Love from Indonesia. I really love your work. Thank you, Daniel. I leave that to Potato. But yeah, Potato. I couldn't remember his name. Potato. Are you available to shoot? No. Wedding, yeah, already answered. Have I used Zcam? No, I never used Zcam before. The thing, okay. That's the thing. Why should I already said that I can use the Pocket and the Ursa blind. I know what's the best ISO for low noise. I know what's the best for dynamic range. I know the best workflow. I know literally everything about these cameras. And I know I can shoot a feature film or a TV show on this camera. I think they're the best camera ever. Ever for the price. So I just want to check that my sound is still working because I'm check because this microphone sometimes they just unplug. So because I know this camera so well, like my pockets, if you ask me, would you jump to Arri? I would say I can think about it. But going from Blackmagic to Kinefinity or Zcam, which in terms of reliability, I don't really know them that well, and I never use them, and their menu, I don't know. Like I will never do that because I'm super happy. Like I know that I'm at a point where it doesn't make any difference if I have an Alexa or an Ursa 12K or a 6K for that matters. Because I saw some stuff shot on the 6K, not from me, from other people, that it's unreal. And I would never ever said, I would have thought that was an Alexa, but it was a 6K. So I don't think I will ever leave this system because they're keep giving us incredible updates. They keep giving us incredible tools for a price that is a joke, because it's a joke. Because when you think with $6,000, the Ursa 12K costs like this thing. Okay, this has a lens on it, but to give you an idea. So no, I don't think I will ever even try to go on a Zcam or a what's the name, or a Kinefinity for that matter, because for me at this point in time it doesn't make any sense. I'm in focus, yeah. Damn, I should get an autofocus camera. Greetings from Madagascar. Okay, do you see this? I have people from Madagascar, from Poland, from Thailand, from Malaysia. That's what I mean. Like I can go to Madagascar and post on my YouTube or Instagram, is there someone gonna grab a coffee? And there's I can't pronounce it probably, but Silavo that lives there and is gonna bring me out for a coffee. How dope is that? So that I mind you say, have you ever come back in US? Will you ever be back in US? Was America a flop? No, America, I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for America. The reason why I'm leaving is because America gave me so much. So America was an incredible success. It made me what I am today, and now I can go to Europe and try to make movies there. And I'm gonna keep my visa. And if I ever need to come back in America, I'm gonna come back in America. What if next winter they're gonna do another lockdown? I can simply fly off Portugal and come back to Florida and be free again. So no, I will. America, it's amazing, and for business and everything, the money that goes around here it's pretty nuts. I know already that I can't charge my full rate in Portugal, but I don't care. I'm like, I did 6 years here. It was a really great experience. I learned so much, and I saw pretty much all the countries. So I'm gonna be eternally fluid. I can't say. Grateful eternally to America. Thank you, America. But it's time to go home. How can you make it as a filmmaker if you live in a small town? That's around, not so much movement. That's what I was saying before. Maybe trying to get into some restaurants, some venue, and ask them if they need a project, and maybe do it for free, the first one, and see if they like it, and maybe maybe they love them and they're gonna recommend you to many other business, even if they're small, and you can still make it. Almost catch up. What's your approach to naturalistic lighting in a scene? What do you use most in your lighting kit? I try to backlit all the time or side lit. I never front lit. And for outside, I have flags and diffuser and bouncer, pretty much it. We also have this camera now that are so insane in terms of dynamic range that they sometimes like when was this? I can't remember. I was shooting something and the gaffer was like, "Oh, you need a bouncer?" I'm like, "No, I don't need a bouncer. There's plenty of light in his face. Why should I need a bouncer?" We are at that point where I don't even need a bouncer because the dynamic range is incredible. So that's my approach: backlit and side lit. Is it really worth it to get the M Pro M1? Yes. No, you need the M Pro, the M1. I think max. If you have a 6K pocket or a 12K or so, it's insane. 12K footage on an 8K timeline. Smooth like butter. Think about that. There's good wine in Portugal. Yes, really good wine in Portugal. Actually, really good wine, really good food. And yes, I'm gonna work. Okay, you lose. I don't know this actor. I don't know it. Greetings from London. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Let's do this and this. Sorry, guys. Okay. What do you think about Sigma FP? Never use it. Same as before. Why should I move from Blackmagic? Original Pocket 4K. Pocket 4K, of course. Lorenzo, you might have answered already. What are the reasons to move to Portugal? I already answered. This video is going to be uploaded on the channel, so you can go back and look at it. Florida is great. It's just too hot for so long, and it's flat, and there's no history, there's no culture, there's nothing. There's just the beach, which is great. It was amazing during COVID because here there was no restriction, nothing, and it's been 1.5 years that it's completely back to normal, and it seems weird hearing the news coming from Europe. So it's a great place for that. But hopefully this thing is gonna be over soon, so I can leave. Thank you. Do you ever have humidity fungus problem? No, I never had. But I also have to admit that 2 summer I spent them in Italy. This summer I was here in September. It's pretty humid, but I didn't really shoot much outside, so I didn't have any problem. Have you used Atlas? Never used Atlas. Will you recommend the 6300 for a new camera? I think for that price you can get an original pocket. I think it's much better. I would never use Sony because of the codec, which I don't like. It's too compressed and the image looks a little bit too digital, in my opinion. So I think pocket for the win for a beginner. Shutter angles that I use, 180 degrees. Say it, ciao. Favorite movie, already answered before. Samuele. I love my 6K. The only downside is rolling shutter. Okay, in the 12K, there's pretty much no rolling shutter. 8K is close to 0. So you're fine. There's no rolling shutter at all. What's your experience on your first spade shoot? Ooh, I can't remember. I can't remember. My first experience, my first spade shoot. It was probably after movie video in a club or something. So I can't remember. Being that it's relatively easy to get your hands on nice gear, what do you think separates a good cinematographer from masses? I don't know. I think if a cinematographer needs to tell a story, that's the mission. I don't know. I don't know what is separated. That's what I mean. There's no more excuses, right? Everybody can use an Alexa or an Ursa or whatever they want. So I don't know. What separates you for a good cinematographer? I guess a good cinematographer can shoot movies and keeps doing that for a living. To me, that is. But maybe some people prefer commercials. I don't know. I think developing a unique style and something that people appreciate and that looks objectively good. I think I don't know. It's hard because even good cinematographers, I, maybe sometimes they make stuff that some people don't like. So I don't know what separates a good cinematographer from the masses. I don't know. And to be completely honest, man, I think I don't know. It's hard to say. It's very hard to say. How old are you? 33. What's your recommendation about lighting kit for low budget cinematography? I think Aperture 300D Mark II, pretty insane. Maybe some light mat, some light panel. Those are great too. It's pretty good. I honestly bought this 300D Mark II. Is my first light that I bought. I mean, I have a light mat that I used from Soonwell that I use every once in a while. But that's my very first light is the Aperture 300D. I usually rent them, so because they were hiring me a bunch for interviews and stuff, and corporate videos. So I just got it, and even for YouTube, it's pretty dope actually. Interesting question, maybe. Hey, Matteo, sometimes it's hard to get the price of a video for a client. Any advice to get a correct price for a video? You just do a quote and you say, okay, this is what it's going to cost me. If they want to pay good, I will start high, and then they usually try to lower, but you still have your margin. So as long as you are within the range that you think is acceptable, I don't know how much your time is worth it. I know how much my time, how much is worth it, but as long as you stay in that range, I think you're fine. And I know it's not that everybody has money to spend in videos. Some people approach us and they don't know how much it's gonna cost. Sometimes, especially if they're friends of friends, and maybe we meet in a restaurant, they're like, "Oh, Matteo, I have my real estate business. I want to do a video," or they come up, "I want to do a YouTube show." A YouTube show? Yeah, we're gonna shoot an hour episode every week. I'm like, all right. I tell them it's $5,000 a week or 10 grand a week, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I don't think I'm gonna do it anymore. I think I'll do it with the phone." That's So it depends. Edwin, yeah, no worries, man. No, but I mean, it's my guess, It's my guess. There's a lot of new people that didn't watch. When I subscribe to channels, I and mainly watch YouTuber that I follow. Sometimes I ask them, "Oh, what do you think about the watch?" And then it's like he leaked me the review of his watch, and I'm like, "Oh shoot!" But it was 3 years ago, so I didn't see it unless it's like super popular. But Maurel, I'm an editor. Oh wait, hey guys, I'm trying to answer everyone here. I don't think I jumped anyone at all. So I'm sorry if I'm going a bit longer here. We're about 2 hours mark. I think at 2 hours we're gonna cut it because it's been crazy. I didn't expect to have so many people. We had pretty much 100 people for all the live, which is great. Like 100 people connected live. That's pretty crazy. And the question on Instagram, I'm gonna probably answer them on Instagram, I guess. Oh, the step down ring just came from my Leica Q2. You have to pick it up. Okay. Best way to learn how to utilize certain lights and not pick up lights too big for the job. I think you need to practice. Maybe rent a couple of lights, see what you think. I found myself that unless, of course, I need to light a church, most of the time at 600D or 300D, they're enough. Some light mats, some diffusers, some silk, some flags should be good. Depends on the situation, though. Editor production company here in Lisbon. I shoot sometime. If you need a tour of cool places here, let me know. See, that's what I love, and that's what I mean. I have so many people that already email me like, "Hey, Mateo, I'm gonna bring in the best wine bar. I'm gonna bring in the best, and the best restaurant." That's awesome. So awesome. I ag from an amateur filmmaker from Aveiro, Portugal. See? Oh my gosh. So many people follow me from Portugal. I had no idea. Michele. Hi from the Dolomites. Beautiful place. Hi, BME Films. Greetings from Cameroon. What do you think of the Recomodo? Already answered. Too expensive. Too expensive. I don't like red policy about their prices. That's a very good $4,000 camera. They should just sell it for $3,000-$4,000. Oh, probably a good camera for $3,000-$4,000, not more. We have any preference? External monitors, a small HD. The small HD is pretty good. Again, with the Ursa, I'm using the onboard monitor and mainly the viewfinder. But I'm noticing, and it happened a couple of times on a too long shoot, short film in California. I got pretty bad headache because when you look into a viewfinder for 13 hours, or even on that small monitor for 13 hours, you get pretty sick. So I think a good 7 inches small HD for long shoot, it's probably worth it. Yes. No questions. Just want to say hi. Thank you, Chrissy. Favorite cinematographer? I mean, I have to say either Lubetsky or Roger Deakins, right? I guess. Grande maestro, grazie. Purtroppo sono caduto grande. Giuseppe fell into the Leica vortex. So he loves me and hates me. And I'm like, but that's what I also say in the new video coming up, which I already spoiled all of it pretty much to you guys. But that's what I say. I'm like, if you have to sell a car to buy the set, don't do it. You have to be comfortable. You have 15 grand parked in your bank account, of your business bank account. They're just losing value because with the inflation, you're really safer putting them in an $80 Russian watch. Buy them. If you can't afford it, just don't buy them. And I know in America there's this thing where a lot of people buy stuff that they can't afford. But if you're comfortable, buy them. I think it's a pretty good deal. Okay. Should I start doing videography to make money to make spec ads, or should I work on an agency as a creative and wait for a chance? Good question. You should do both. Work full time a little bit, save some money, and then make some spec. Italian question for wine, Portuguese wine. I'm gonna explore those. Hopefully, I'm gonna be able to to do some more videos for wineries, because that's another big thing that I was doing in Italy and California. And here, there's no wineries. I mean, there are a couple of wineries that make wine with blueberry. Think about that, how good it has to be. But whatever. Flatland, number one. No question. Just say thank you for what you do. What I did for you, your channel wouldn't be where I am today as a freelance filmmaker. Have a great time, Portugal. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. See, these are the comments that made me want to keep going with YouTube, because it's funny. You actually have an impact on people, which is great. Oh boy. Almost there. Manual focus is good only by hand. For manual focus is good only. I hope you understand my question. I can't understand the question. Sorry, man. Okay, I'm trying to get into film sets. That's interesting. As a PA or AC, in hopes of being a DP one day, it's extremely hard. How will you go about getting on set? That's another thing I think I talk about. The thing is, if you want to shoot, you have to shoot. And I know many people that are they started with AC and PA, and after 10 years, they're still AC and PA, because once the industry in your own city think about you as a PA, and I know, I mean, you can start there, but at some point you have to like, nope, I'm not a PA anymore. I'm not a first AC anymore. I met a guy in California, wanted to be a DP, and he started AC, and now he's like 55 years old and he's still an AC. If you want to shoot, you have to go out and shoot. There's nothing you can do about it. I get the experience of PA, but you have to give yourself a timing. Like, okay, I'll do it for a year and then I'm done. And otherwise it's hard, because then maybe you even make good money, you work a lot and stuff like that. But if you want to shoot, you have to shoot. Ursa G2 4.6K, great camera. Great camera, what can I say? Love your lads. Thank you, man. Thank you. Fabio, I'm in USA since a few months. Advice to enter in touch with the other filmmaker. Well, that's the thing. If you're in LA, I think I already talked about my LA experience, but in LA, I worked in 1 year, 4 days in LA. So there's such a competition in like New York, LA, those places. That's why I picked up Tampa too. And to be completely honest, if it wasn't for COVID, I would be much, much busier. But even with COVID, like this year, I worked quite a lot. I did a bunch of stuff, and people here are more cooperative, and there's more collaborations going on in New York and LA, because everyone has this pressure of make money to pay the rent. I think there's way more competition. There's probably also more work in LA, but you literally throw a rock in the sky, you're gonna hit a DP on the head. So it's hard. I don't know. I mean, I usually post on Instagram, if someone want to meet, and I know that I have already an audience, so it's easier for me. But if you're new, it's not easy. It's not easy. I guess film commission of your town. Maybe you can start meet people that are interested in films and movie. Maybe you can go to a rental house, say if they need help or that kind of stuff. I think it's pretty good. Para multa tu, I think this is Portuguese or Spanish, so I can't understand. Did you ever shoot film? No, but I wish one day. Even though, let's be honest, even with film camera, I have a film camera, I never use it. It's so much easier to shoot on digital, bring it in, and have your footage here. So unless it's for a specific project, I mean, yeah, I would love to try for a specific project, but it's more like a pain than a pleasure, in my opinion. Any recommendation for any filter brands? I stick to Nisi, Tiffen, Schneider. They're all good. One of those three. Thank you, David. Hi from Chicago. Beautiful city. I love it there. Okay, just wanted to thank you for your work. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Okay. Oh, my wife comments. Shit. Thanks for sharing your knowledge and inspiring us. I hope 2026 is good. I hope so. Oh, and happy holidays to everybody. How's working sometimes with your wife as assistant who doesn't understand anything about cinematography? Beautiful. As long as she can hold my camera and help me. She's right here. I have to turn the AC back on. Sorry. That's my wife right there. Hey, we need to test the 15mm. Get ready. Put your makeup on. Yeah, let's go. Sorry, I have to go test the 15mm or the Leica Q2. Insane. So funny. What do you think about Canon C500 II? Never use it. I used a while ago this 300 3 or something. The menu is a freaking mess. It's a mess. I think Leica and Blackmagic menu are. It's a mess. Okay, let's see. Okay, what do you think about the Canon CTR? Okay, our answer. Thank you for your work. Are you a fan of the Aperture line of lights? Are you considering a big purchase for them? Aperture are great, man. They're awesome. Super awesome lights. And no, I'm happy with the 300D Mark II now. If I need a 600, 1200, I'm going to rent it. Do you plan on updating the pocket button? Okay, that's the thing. I talked to Rafi about this. We sit down, we try many things, and we were never happy like we were with the original lots. So the Ursa Mini, I improved it to have a V2 Gen 5. The pocket, it's so special that I can't touch it. I think it's one of those things like Porsche with the Carrera or Rolex with the Submariner. It's so good that I can't change it. We tried, and I was never happy as the original V3 Gen 4 and the V1 Gen 5 that we have.
There's nothing to stop here.
Oh my gosh, Siri. Beautiful. Oh, Siri just speak randomly. That's the thing. We can't change it. We can't change that lot. I don't think we can. If we get a better one, or if Blackmagic changes thing, we will change it. But for now, it's just so good. You just lap it on it, and you're done. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. So battery lots. That's all I'm using. That's all I'm using every time. And so of course I make them, but it's not because I made them that I use them. Otherwise I wouldn't use them if the footage looked bad. So that's all I use pretty much. And that lot just works as it is. I don't think we're gonna change it. If we need to upload it, to update it, we will do. And if you purchase, you get a free update forever. So that's a cool thing. Hi Moreno, hi. Mainly do BTS and some events. I only say 6600, but to try some. I think you should for events and BTS. I honestly think you should stick to Sony. It's a much better camera for that. So I wouldn't really use that. But it's a really good camera. What else? Otherwise, what good? No, especially the original Pocket for events and BTS. I think it's tricky. I wouldn't do it. Okay, I feel we made it. We made it till the end. 1 hour and 53 minutes. Wow, great. Okay, I'm gonna upload the video now. Gonna answer some more question probably. Let's do another 7 minutes. Let's go to 2 hours. We're gonna go to 2 hours, and we'll close it down. So, okay, okay. How do you feel about the metaverse? Oh, man. The metaverse. I'm already over Instagram and the social game, and I'm like, seriously? I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot and I should jump on it, like crypto and stuff like that, which I don't do. And I listen. I like life, real life. I like touching things. I like going out with friends and have a beer. And I know you're talking about probably cinema, but the metaverse as people are intending it is you sit at your home with your VR on and you just drink a beer at your place pretending you are in a pub. And I hate that. And I think it's gonna destroy our society forever. So I wouldn't do it. I'm not a big fan of the metaverse as they're describing it. Maybe it's gonna change, maybe whatever, but I wouldn't do it. Okay. In your opinion, what is the element of filmmaking that is often overlooked, forgotten about? Interesting question. What is the element of filmmaking that is often overlooked? Maybe a good story. Maybe a good story. Why not? I think that might be a. I think so. Maybe a story. Or maybe sound. Sound is super important. Somehow people can still watch a movie with the best cinematography, but for some reason they can't watch it if it has a bad sound. And I'm like that too. So sound. And I should actually invest more in sound gear, but we'll talk about that. Okay. Man, so many questions, bro. Hi, Matteo. Waiting to start your new academy. Yes, Manuel. We're going to have fun. I'm actually pretty excited because first it's going to be live, so I don't have to pre-record anything. It's going to be like this. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you guys. You know what I could do? What if I swap this 18 to 35 right now, live? The camera's going to turn off. Does anyone know if I swap the lens on the Pocket 6K while it's recording, is the camera gonna turn off, or I can do it so I can put the 50mm on it? That's what I'm gonna do at the Academy too. Battery Academy, I'm gonna just swap lens, see the aspect ratio, check the full colors, like because I can set signal to the camera, stuff like that. So it's gonna be super fun. Okay, can't wait. Let's see this. We're gonna do a little. That'd be dope though, huh? How about full color? Look at that window. How about that? I should do a live just with full color on it. I think it's pretty cool, but probably not. That window is blown out. Damn it. But it doesn't look that bad, to be honest. That's okay, because I'm in front of it. Hold on a second. Okay. No, you can't switch the lens. It will not turn off. Okay, should we try? Okay. Let me... Milan, I hate Instagram so much. Yeah, if it wasn't for work, I would probably delete it. You're so inspiring. Thank you, Luca. What types of film would you like to work on? Independent movies, kind of like Terrence Malick, stuff like that. Natural, with a lot of nature, a lot of natural light, a lot of cool story, but also very abstract, kind of like, yeah, Tree of Life. I love weird movies, honestly, man. I mean, I love to work on a weird movie. I mean, I'm not inspired to do a comedy. I will do it probably, just to experience it, but that's the kind of movie I like. Very naturalistic kind of movie with a lot of natural light. Thank you, Luca. Is the best way distribution for better? What is? I don't understand it. It Instagram. Oh, for better handle. Best way distribution for better handle. I think good lens in the front and a big battery in the back. That should be the best way. I love the Ultra Primes. Not a big fan of the Ultra Prime. I like the Master Prime. I love how the focus blend together, even a low aperture. Yes, that's with all the ARRI lenses. They're amazing. What is a good balanced image when you look at the full colors in terms of skin tones and contrast image in general? I think green, dark gray, and highlights. nowhere near where they were now on the red, like super low. I think that's the best thing to do. I have a video about false color and exposure on my channel. You can go back and watch it. It's pretty clear. Uh, an American company in Florida offered me visa and $4,000 a month. 4,000 if you're two people and you have two salary, yes. 4,000 a month in Florida right now, unless you are in the inland, like very inland, which you don't want to be. Depend where the company is. Even in Tampa now, you need $2,000 a month to rent a nice apartment. So that's half of your rent already. I don't know. I don't know. You also have to see if you can get the visa because they're not really giving any visa now. So I'm actually interested in your own fee. What would be your movie be about? I think my movie, if I'm gonna ever make one, is gonna be about time. Yes, time. Not because of watches or anything. Time. Just this crazy thing called time that is flying away, and it's very depressing and it's very sad. So it's probably going to be a super depressing movie. I don't know. I have to think about it, but I think it's going to be about time. Does time exist really? Who knows? Stays on. Okay. Nothing will happen. Okay, cool. We can try the 50mm Leica, see what happens. Let me try really quick. Oh my God, there's so many questions. Okay, but modern still lenses you enjoy. The Leica are expensive. I search for. I'm gonna answer just one more question. I'm gonna swap the lens. Are there any modern still lenses you enjoy? I think the Master Prime, Ari Master Prime, insanely expensive. Or probably the DZO film. I tried once the zoom. I don't know if they're. I can't judge. Just because I never really used them, so I don't know. Tokina, those are amazing. Tokina, Vista Vision, but they're expensive too. I don't know. I like it expensive. Something sharp image, corporate. Even a Sigma primes are great. If you look for a corporate look, the Sigma are perfect. I think. I know you can change power without still recording. Don't know about 6K. How to figure out if I like R lenses V1 or V2? I think it depends on the serial number. I think after 34 they're V2. I might be wrong. They're before 34 serial. They're V1. Have you read the screenplay before? I did when I was in university, but I'm not a writer. I'm gonna need a writer. I'm gonna have to think about the movie, get a writer, and get it written. Do you get involved with Ariel at all, or outsourced? Great life, thanks Mateo. They are very good, by the way. What is Ariel? I don't know what is Ariel. The license should be in false colors. Yes, I agree. Already answered this. Which camera recommended for how much? How much did your set original Leica set? Okay, how much did your set of Leica lens set you back? Hold on a sec. Let me fix something really quick. My original Leica set cost $7,800. Now, if you want the same set, you're looking at 16 grand or something like that. Yes. I want a t-shirt with top facing full color and say I always underexpose. That would be dope. We should do that. Thank you so much for answering my question. You're welcome, bro. No, you don't need an agent. Do you need an agent, a cinematographer? I mean, I don't think those people with agent land jobs because they have an agent. The agents just follow up a calendar. I don't think they find them really work. What do you think of End of God? It's pretty good. I like it. I'm a big fan. If you guys didn't watch it yet, go on Netflix tonight. The Hand of God by Paolo Sorrentino. Again, a movie that doesn't have anything to do with Sorrentino, in my opinion, but it's his most personal movie. It's basically the story of Paolo Sorrentino, the real story of Paolo Sorrentino. He said that almost everything that happened in the movie, it was real, it was true. So you should watch it. You suggest having 2 cameras on set? I don't know, but I recommend, because a lot of people ask me about the Ursa 12K and should I sell the Pocket 6K, and I think you should always have 2 camera, because things can go wrong, and you should always get with the Ursa a pocket, because first you have a nice beacon, second something happen, Ursa doesn't turn on or it breaks, you have a backup. Absolutely. I will pick the 6K and some really good filters, but I also understand that a lot of people are okay with the ND filters in the 6K Pro. Okay, let's swap the lens. Set a Zeiss Minibus on a pocket frame. Never use them. Sorry, Jonas, never use them. Best country to work as a digital nomad, in probably Portugal right now. Okay, let me try this really quick. So now I'm 18 millimeter with the Sigma. Still rolling, still rolling, still rolling, still rolling. Oh shit, still rolling. Oh boy, it's tricky. How about that? How about whoop? How about that? Huh? Let me fix this. Boy, look at that. Okay. Look at the bokeh already. Look at that. Okay, check this out. See what I mean? See that macro shot that I was talking about? Look at that. I can't see anything. Check this out, man. Ooh, I should use that 15 for the. I need to adjust the focus first. Whoop, too much. Yeah, it's kind of hard to pull, especially without focus peaking. Whoop. Whoop. Okay. It's pretty good. Focus right there. Huh. Not bad, right? Okay, let's keep going. Why do you use the 6K instead of 6K Pro? Thank you. ND. I don't like the ND on the 6 Pro. They're not that good, I think, so I'd rather use a really good ND. And I'm super happy with my 6K. I mean, look at this. This is the 15 millimeter Leica R f3.5. I'm gonna pump up the ISO quickly. $800. Smoother highlight roll off. Beautiful. Looks pretty cool, right? Looks pretty good. Looks pretty sharp. At 3.5 is it's pretty old lens, so glad it worked out. Still rolling. Okay. Thanks for your time. Thank you, guys. This is a 15 mil Leica R. Terry Malik feels. Come on, man. When you put your hand like right here, it's just nuts. Actually, probably out of focus. I have to be right here. That's in focus right here. I'm gonna be closer. Okay. What ND do you recommend? Nisi ND. Nisi ND. Oh, shit, it's 310. That's crazy. 2 hours and 10 minutes. What the? Okay, guys. I think I'm gonna answer a couple more questions, then we're done. Because I really have to go do a bunch of stuff. Any advice for starting a YouTube channel? No, just start. Start. It's already a thing. Starting it, try to develop your audience, try to bring original content, try to be honest. Sorry, guys, doing a mess. Try to be honest, because I think honesty is the best thing you can give to people. I'm always try to be transparent and honest when I do stuff. So I'm not, like, can I afford an AR Alexa? Yes. Should I buy an AR Alexa? No. Should you buy an AR Alexa? No. Try to be honest. I think it's the best thing you can do. How do you set up a live stream using the Pocket? So I can't show you now, but it's a USB key. It's called Cam Link 4K. You plug it into your computer, and in the back it has an HDMI port, and then you just run a cable or an OLED, whatever you want. HDMI cable that goes into the Pocket, and then you use this StreamYard software that is that basically, I can decide if I want to stream with FaceTime HD camera or the, here you go, the Cam Link. So basically it's super easy, and Cam Link costs $100. It's this little USB key, and it's pretty dope. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Tony. So you moved to Portugal. So talk a bit about your experience there. Settle wants to be nice. We work in Portugal or all over Europe. Now, my goal is to work all over Europe because I have a production company, which I'm gonna definitely work with in London. I have one in Italy, which we did Mercedes together. I have some people in Germany, so some in Spain. So my goal is to just fly around, move around, and try to be in Europe. If there's a big job, I'm actually already probably gonna have a big job to do in Florida. Actually, it's funny enough, a 2 weeks job, probably May, June, which I'm closing it soon, hopefully. But it's a 2-week job, so it's pretty big. So I'm just gonna fly from Lisbon to Miami and stay here 2 weeks probably. So yeah, the goal is just work all over, man. Where they call me, I'll go. Thank you for so much for your work. You have a great eye for this teaching ability. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you, DK Media. I have an 1835. What IR filter should I get? I don't know. I always use a IR&D. So IR&D. Easy. That's what I use. Favorite Malik film? I think it gotta be a Hidden Life. A Hidden Life gotta be the one. It gotta be the one. Watch it. What filter you recommend? Easy. Yes. I see myself. I see whatever you're seeing. I'm seeing it now. Hi, Luca. Hello, Luca. Okay, 2 more questions, then I have to close it. My wife, she's gonna freak out. It's a bad time to live in Europe. Lockdown, limitation, of freedom. America is better. In Florida, it's better. In Florida, it's much better. But what can you do? Is that the aperture closing? It did close itself. Shh. It's creeping too. Damn it. I talk about this actually in the video coming up. Where was I'm moving to Europe in March, and Portugal is pretty okay. And as I mentioned, I'm gonna keep my visa. If things really gets bad again, I'm just moving back to Florida and stay here. Here, there's absolutely. It's very hard to explain to people because sometimes they don't believe me. But my friend just came here from London, and it's pretty speechless. I mean, I don't know. There's just nothing. It's all back to normal. There's no more sign on the door, mask, indoor, outdoor, stadium are full, concert, full capacity. I mean, but this is since a year and a half, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But we have to make some choices sometimes, and we'll see. Do you think having a website is necessary as a cinematographer? Absolutely. You need it. Unless you are Roger Deakins, that they're gonna call you just because it's you. You definitely need a website. Okay, guys. I think I'm gonna answer the question on Instagram because I didn't expect to have 100 people connected for 2 hours, nor so many questions. So thank you so much. I'm gonna upload the video. If you guys like it, we can do it more. Now I have a setup ready to go. And again, don't forget to go on Podia if you want to leave your email for the online live classes that we're going to do in February. Enrollment open in January, so you're going to be able to purchase in January. And in February, we're going to have 8 hours to spend together and talk about so many things that it's going to be nice. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Light suitable for dark skin, I think doesn't really matter. If it's daylight, you have to use daylight. If it's tungsten, you have to use tungsten. See you in London. Ciao, Federico. Yes. See you in London soon. Thank you so much. I'm going to end the broadcast right here. The video is going to go on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You were amazing. I literally plugged in and I was like, there's going to be 3 people, so I better talk to something else. But there's hundreds of comments. Amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. Thanks for 50,000 and next step 100,000. I'll see you the next one, guys. If you remember, the video is already up, the one about the Leica. Otherwise, it's gonna come out on Monday. Okay. See you soon, guys.